For more, let's cross to London. Richard Lapper is Associate Fellow at the Global Economy and Finance Department at the America Program as well, from Chatham House. Thank you for being with us here on France 24.
Thank you.
It's the day after, and you saw how Argentina's central bank has reacted. Your thoughts?
Well, I mean, Argentina is in a pretty parlous situation. It's been hemorrhaging reserves for the last few months, particularly since the primary election in August that gave Fernandez such a big margin and made yesterday's result pretty inevitable, really. I think the surprising thing is how well Mauricio Macri did in the actual race itself. He reduced the gap between the two, and I think it's going to make it more difficult to blame him as Argentina's new government now confronts the situation. It's going to be more difficult to blame Macri for all the problems. He's not going to be so easy to kick around.
Yeah, and we're still waiting to see how Alberto Fernandez will run. He's on the left, but not as much to the left as the former president. And I guess the question everyone's been asking, yes, I'll put it to you, is which Fernandez will be in charge?
I think this is going to be a very different administration to the one that Cristina Fernandez led between 2007 and 2015. It's going to be different for a couple of reasons. Firstly, the commodity boom that helped and fueled Argentine populism in that before is now decisively over. Secondly, Alberto Fernandez, as you say, is a very different kind of politician. He's a much more traditional, pragmatic, reformist Peronist. He's not of the populist left. And thirdly, in the Congress, the Peronists are very divided. Campora, which is Fernandez Kirchner's party, Cristina's party faction, is going to be a minority, and there's going to be a big, I think, the more likely majority for the moderates there to try to stitch together a more pragmatic economic program.
Does that mean taking the IMF's medicine?
I think they're going to look. I think the IMF deal is a very big one. The IMF's got a lot of stake. Argentina's got a lot of stake. The fundamental thing for Argentina now is to restructure, renegotiate its debt burden, which has risen to around about $100 billion. They're going to come to terms. I think try to come to terms with their creditors. They probably will not impose losses on bondholders. They'll look to extend the terms as their close neighbor Uruguay did relatively recently. So I think we're going to see a more constructive relationship with international markets, I think.
And one final question for you at this point, Richard Lapper, which is, let's not forget, Cristina Fernandez Kirchner. She'd been facing corruption charges. Are her legal woes over now that she's won?
So Cristina Kirchner is indeed facing corruption charges. She doesn't have the control that she and her husband enjoyed in the 2000s. She will, of course, be enormously powerful. I mean, the left of the Peronist Party made big advances in their heartland in Buenos Aires province. She has got a lot of cards to play. She's got very strong links with the popular trade movements, the trade unions, and so on, that can have a lot of influence in this. But I think, the way this is going, I think pragmatism is going to be a pretty strong feature in this administration.
Richard Lapper of Chatham House, many thanks for speaking with us live here on France 24.